Eddie Hearn, just want to bring you back in here before we speak to the fighters. If you would like to address a comment that you have made about Artur Beterbiev being arrogant. I think you also said that you can get under his skin and rattle him. Give us an update on how that's going and give us your thoughts.
Thanks, Dev. Did I say that? I can't remember. I think he's arrogant. I think all fighters are arrogant. I think you have to be arrogant. But it was more of a frustration to make sure the world is aware of what this fight is and what it means. Because as stone cold as Artur Beterbiev is, and as stone cold as Dmitry Bivol is, there's still that young boy that found boxing, that changed their life through boxing, that had a dream to win every belt in the sport. And sometimes one-word answers don't always tell me the pure emotion and meaning of what victory would do for them on Saturday night. Artur Beterbiev is one of the greatest fighters of our generation. And the man to my right is one of the purest boxers I've ever seen. And actually, to comment on what Vadim said, Artur Beterbiev has incredible power. Don't worry about the power of Dmitry Bivol. This isn't going to be just a fight of cat and mouse. This is going to be a fight of power on both sides, of heart, of consistency, of feet, of balance, of IQ, of all the wonderful parts, as Vadim says, as the sports science of boxing, the beautiful science. So these guys have dedicated their life to the sport. I think I've slipped out of that question as well as I could. And now we move on to the moment. I didn't get that, but welcome. See you tomorrow. And this is it. This is the moment for both men. I believe Dmitry Bivol will become undisputed world champion on Saturday night. He will achieve his lifelong dream. And he fights to the level of opposition. And he has the greatest opponent in the division in front of him on Saturday night. There is only one man in the world that can beat Artur Beterbiev, and that's Dmitry Bivol, and that will happen on Saturday night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Eddie. Half swerved it, I think. I think you said he's a little bit arrogant, so we'll put that to him shortly. Dmitry Bivol, let's speak with you first. Your life has been building to this moment. I've heard you say since you were 6 years old. This is what you have wanted. Every belt. Now you are hours away from the big fight. As you look across at Artur Beterbiev, tell us how you feel about this moment.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you all people who was in my career since I started boxing. I want to say thank you all my coaches who was working with me, my team who's now with me, my promoters, Eddie Hearn, my manager, Vadim Kornilov, my promoter, Andrei Rybinsky, and all of it helps to me to be here. And of course, I want to say big thank you to Saudi Arabia, Riad season, and personally to Turki Al Sheikh. If it's not him, this fight, I don't know when could happen. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I hear you.
Dmitry, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
The man sat across from you, 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. You've never faced anyone like that. Nobody has. Does it make you more nervous than your other fights when you think about his power and what he could do?
You know, every time when I think about my opponents, I'm getting excited because one of them is the face of boxing. It's exciting to fight against this guy. Another one, he has around 50 fights, never lost. Another guy, he's a champion also, and it makes me more excited, not nervous, not something. And Artur, he's a great champion. He has what I want. He has belts, and it's not only about belts. When I look at his skills, I want to check my skills also against this amazing fighter.
Dmitry, just another one. I've heard you say that you need to be perfect, really, in this fight. You need to win every round. But do you accept that there will be moments in this fight where you will have to stand and fight with Artur Beterbiev?
You know, in my training camp, in my head, always I'm trying to realize how it goes on. And there is a lot of different scenarios. And usually that fighter will be more calm in some situation when he realized that before he's ready for everything. If he trained some things in his training camp, and this happened in the ring, and he more confident to some situations. And of course, against Beterbiev, we had to do great camp. We had to think about different scenarios, and we did. And now I'm just curious how it will be in the ring.
Well, let's bring in Artur Beterbiev, unified world champion. Artur, you have been on a mission to collect every belt in your division. You have these belts left here. How does it feel to see them? How does it feel to be so close to winning them on Saturday?
Hello, everybody. I think we talk a lot. I want to say, first of all, thank you for His Excellency for making this fight happen. Thank you very much. What do you say? You want to make fight with Eddie? No?
Yeah, he called you arrogant.
Why you do that?
He called you
really
arrogant.
It really can be, but I can do something, you know. Why you?
Don't worry about me. You have to get through him first.
But why you talk like this?
When he's finished with you, it'll be easier for me.
Why? We no need finish with him. I finish with him tomorrow.
Really?
But you
Saturday?
Today maybe.
Just
today.
the weigh-in tomorrow.
Maybe today.
Maybe. I don't think it would be a tough fight. You need a real
I think
challenge.
you're not good condition now.
I mean, terrible.
Yeah.
But I think you need to switch on for this guy.
Okay. You talk a lot. I know.
That's my job.
Yeah.
You should try it.
Okay. We'll see in Saturday. This Saturday.
Artur, let me ask you this. Nobody has beaten Dmitry Bivol. Nobody has solved the puzzle, including Canelo Alvarez. Why are you the man to solve this puzzle and beat him on Saturday? And you can't say, we'll see.
We'll see. They choose me. They choose me, you know. His Excellency choose me. Okay. Let's do it.
You're a natural light heavyweight.
Huh?
You're a natural light heavyweight. Canelo wasn't.
I don't know. You know, it's not my business. Canelo or someone like. I have now fight on Saturday. I'm focused all for this fight.
Dmitry, people have tried to fight Artur. They've tried to box Artur. Some have been winning fights against Artur, but they all get knocked out. Why are you different?
I don't know. I just different. I just have different name, just different body, different skills. This is why it's so interesting fight, because we all know that everybody is different.
You boxed in June. You had a fight with Malik Zinad. You got a knockout. It was the first knockout in 9 fights. Does that give you extra confidence in your own power heading into Saturday?
You know, I have enough confidence even before Malik Zinad. After Malik Zinad, I have enough confidence. But it's good that it happened in June because I needed that fight and I was enjoying that fight. And it helped me better to prepare to this fight, which will happen in Saturday.
Artur, I know that if I ask you what will happen, you'll say we'll see. But what would you like to happen on Saturday? What's your perfect Saturday?
Good fight, I think so. I'm preparing for good fight. We'll see.
Do you have a message for Dmitry Bivol?
Yeah, be ready. I will too.
Dmitry, final message from yourself. He's told you be ready. He's going to try and be too. What's your message to Artur Beterbiev?
I'm ready always. I'm ready for Saturday night. And we will talk by actions in the ring.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The fist will do the talking on Saturday. What a fight. Undefeated versus undefeated for undisputed. We're going to do some face-offs, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-in. Thank you.
So there you have it. That's the final press conference for Fabio Wardley against Fraser Clark. And then, of course, top of the bill, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. We got a little bit there from the main event, Matt. Dev told me before it started that he was going to put it to Eddie that he called Beterbiev arrogant and see if that went somewhere. And it kind of did, because with Beterbiev, it's hard to know when he's joking, when he's being serious. I don't think he really likes the idea that somebody could call him arrogant, and he would seem to be kind of playfully calling Eddie out there.
Yeah, a little bit, but Eddie's smooth as butter, isn't he? He can just wiggle out of any situation. He's so quick with the answer. Also, you got to keep in mind, Beterbiev, it's not his first language. Some people hate public speaking anyway, being up on a stage, being so self-conscious with people on them. You think fighters aren't generally, but when you're in your second language up there, it changes things.
Last time they met, and they're back at it again. Who will be victorious? Big Fraser, the Eraser Clark, and Fabio Wardley. Undefeated versus undefeated.
Well, it's just a terrific fight. Fabio Wardley on the left-hand side there with those British and Commonwealth titles over his shoulder, and in that right hand, Fraser Clark, the challenger.
I mean, Fraser didn't have a lot to say, and it is his first language.
The handshake was good, though. I wonder whether that was a tactic by Fraser Clark, just to make some kind of a move and dictate a turn during the course of the press conference. His Excellency Turki Alashek has joined us for the press conference, which is great to see. A very, very busy man. And as we've been saying, Matt, for me, this is kind of the signature of what he's been able to do to get these two together, because they're not huge names commercially in the sporting world. They're not going to do the kind of box office numbers that Fury and Usyk can do, or Anthony Joshua can do, or Mayweather did back in the day. And so without Riad season, it just wouldn't have paid for itself. Whoever put this on was going to lose an absolute fortune, and he stepped in and given us what we wanted.
Exactly. He's decided he wants to make the best fights, and you know, if somebody makes money, somebody breaks even, and if he has to lose a bit or a lot to get the best fight and the best, he's prepared to do it. And that's the bigger picture vision, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. And I know there is an awful lot more planned for the coming months, the coming years, and His Excellency just led away there by George Warren, who of course has been such an integral part of everything since around about this time last year. I was out here for Fury and Ngannou. I didn't really know how big it was going to be, and you just saw the scale of everything right from the very first event, and it's been like that every day since. And this is an icy stare-off between two very resolute characters. Bivol just chooses to turn away first, but they're not going to set any kind of store by any of that. They really are just waiting for the night. And interesting to hear Bivol say, Matt, he's just curious to see what it's going to be like sharing a ring with Beterbiev. Most people, I say, are a bit anxious rather than curious, but that's just him admitting that until you get in there with someone, you just don't really know, do you?
Yeah,